Even though you mean none most to me. Alright, I'm back. I told y'all I was gonna get out of spread. That other little wasn't necessarily gonna have to wait because I got to the end of the session. I was just like, oh, I was over it. So now I'm going my first mind. This spread, and you hear me say, gonna be about releasing, you hear me say, friends and stuff like that, though, ideally, though, because this shit had came across last night for certain people who are necessarily struggling with, ideally, with relationship and people or friends, and they like to let certain things go, because it's kind of like the karmic part two, because we talked about in the karmic spread, ideally, though, for the week, and we hinted on, like, necessarily trauma bonds in that situation. Girl, you know I'm all cutting in the bacon. It's just getting on my goddamn nerves. Please, dog. I'm gonna be so glad when summer is the fuck over. Like, baby, y'all just don't know. Like, I'm so tired of that fucking grass being cut. That shit is annoying as hell. It's just, it's like they cut grass. It's like, why the fuck let that grass grow? Anywho, though, let's see what's going on, though. We're going to pull a couple cards, though, because I ideally want to see what necessarily is going on. Because some people are going through, like, a lot of challenges, like, with relinquishing control or friendship or the dynamic or feeling held back, going through ascension process, needing to release people who keep them tethered to old parts of them, but they don't know how to utilize them because a lot of people was in that hermit type energy of last week, but people still are there. So just because I posted weekly readings, it necessarily don't mean that tomorrow won't matter for today. It still will. It just depends on where they at. Like, you get what I'm saying? It just depends on where they at. Like, what comes in, ideally, though. But some people were still stuck there, like, rolling over into this week because it's broken down into a better concept. Where you hear me say a lot of people's going to get to their door in that hermit energy, get tired, and say, whew, well, okay, I know the way. Let me go back. So a lot of people went back and tried to bring people forward, and now they're struggling with, like, I can't take this motherfucker with me. I can't take them with me. And that's like the biggest thing, though. A lot of people are like, I can't take you with me. So it's kind of like you going to TSA and they saying, no, you can't have this. You kind of like, oh no, you get to the airplane line. And they're like, oh no, we don't have this. And some of y'all kind of like, what? You get what I'm saying? Like, no, 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 no. They like, no. And some of y'all just like, no. It ain't no matter. That's what I was getting at. Let's go. I'm never gonna let you. It's in my head though. Fire signs reading, because it was kind of like they were doing it to somebody that watched it. Somebody was doing it to them. They won't let them get to know them, or they won't let somebody else get to know them. It's funny as fuck though. It's kind of like how in the air sign reading. It's like, I just want to get you. I kept saying it though. Sorry, okay. What needs to be released though? Whether it's friends, family, relationships, I never know. I said because a lot of people were just stuck. I was like, shit, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? When the old don't work and the new just ain't quite fit. Ooh, let me write that down. Ooh, I like that though. When the old don't work and the new don't fit. Come on, let's go. Ooh, I bet y'all like, girl, stop shuffling. 3 minutes in. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. Alright, shuffle this bitch the fuck out. Damn. Overall move, we got the Queen of Swords. Ooh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna stop saying that though. Oh, first card out, we got the Judgment though. The Queen of Swords ideally though could be a person that they operated under the best intent, like especially being reversed. That could be like friends necessarily that have like crude communication skills. Ideally though, for some of y'all though, this Judgment, this Ten of Swords though, for some of y'all releasing certain people who necessarily talked about you behind your back, like they tried to sabotage you, in connections. For some of y'all though, it's just like you, like they bring up parts of you. You kind of want to like that though. That malicious, the intent. For some of y'all though, it's the victory, the argument, rah 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 rah. Let somebody never let something go because you see the two of cups is still behind them. If they really were mourning and grieving, the reason why they're grieving because they're holding on to certain things emotionally, energetically attached to all things. That's kind of like, baby, let this shit go. Like you, like it's just that energy. Because you got Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles though. So I think somebody in a situation though, for some of y'all, it's like somebody spoke to someone, spoke, and you was like, all right, you want to check the jazz can't cash? I'm out. So that's what kind of good through though. You got Six of Swords and the Hermit though. For some of y'all, though, I feel like this that hermit energy I was talking about last week. Some of y'all traveled all the way to that door and felt like you forgot something behind. It was like, oh, let me go back. You went back. You picked up the damn Queen of Swords. And that Queen of Swords, whether it was a job, whether it was career, that you got the chariot type energy, though. So it could be sister sign type energy. You can say the trauma bond, the Capricorn type energy. The King of Cups, somebody who's cold hearted, emotionally manipulative, didn't give a fuck. You got the Page of Wands, that somebody was problematic, and you have the overall, which is the moon. So for some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like when you were going through like changes in your life, because we're going to explain all these though. Some of y'all, when y'all was going through changes in your life, you didn't have necessarily the people that was around you or the support ideally that you needed. Damn, but we're gonna get the ladder to something else. And it's like when you went through that permanent type energy of maneuvering through the dark, and you finally got to the door, and you got tired, and you seen how easy it was for you to get to intuitiveness, wisdom, understanding the light and the dark, or the shadow, or the understanding of certain things. You went back it was like, oh, let me go bring so and so and so. Clear. So you tried to revive something that you were necessarily free from, and it put you here to where it had you in a chariot in a slow mo energy, where it slowed you down. So for some of y'all though, I feel like it was a friend or a person ideally though, when you was kind of like they talk too much. They said something ideally at the wrong time, and it landed in the Ten of Swords because somebody spoke too soon. Because the Ten of Swords is like that tired, drained, energy vamp. Like, oh, that's just how they are. This just it's like, no, shut the fuck up. Like that type of energy with the Ace of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I think for some of y'all, when it got to that last straw, some of y'all truly learned. It's reversed. My bad. The cards weren't reversed. I'm saying it was like this. For some of y'all though, it's like that last sword that you ideally learned from and put you in a position to say, you know what, I'm gonna take this shit and I'm gonna see. Like, it was that I think somebody stuck a sword in your back ideally for the last time because you had the King of Swords reversed and they were so emotionally manipulative. And I think for some of you, somebody probably did this once again before, so you held onto that sword. You was like, bitch, okay, all right. And it puts you in the Five of Cups. So for some of y'all, though, y'all kind of because this is the Three of Cups. Like, I just wanted to bring them with me. You bring their ass with you though, you regretting this shit because a part of you was in them. And it wasn't them, it was the lifestyle that they live. So they could be the drinking, the partying, the sex, the poverty, the lack of. For some of y'all, it was this. So you felt like, oh, let me go. Because for some of y'all, being by yourself, you had a problem with it. Or taking those who need it. Like there's a difference in people who pretend to need it and don't want to do shit with it. For some of y'all though, it's like moving on and moving forward though, because you got the Hermit, reverse, the Page of Wands. This was y'all. So y'all end up repeating the same thing again though. For some of y'all though, I feel like it was like a friend. Ideally though, like you've been having problems with this person. It ain't even no cap about it. You've been having problems with this person. You know how people get to that major blowout because if you and a friend have miscommunication, y'all have an argument. It's just all okay. Y'all don't see eye to eye. But when that shit hit the peak of like betrayal, backstabbing, that shit, y'all been getting into it, whether it's friends, whether it's families, or whatever the case may be. It just finally hit a head. And somebody finally seen it had enough courage to walk away. But for some of y'all though, I kind of feel like in this energy though, that's where you notice a problem lies. So let's go. Ooh, I like this though. Yes, that's why I said the love readings was taking it right. Okay, you got the Knight of Wands though. Like I said, one of y'all are Two of Swords. Rush to defend. Rush in. Rush in. I think for some of y'all though, you clearly know where you stand with others, but others don't. Like know where you stand. You don't know where you stand with others, but others know where the fuck they stand with you. So this is where you're able to say, okay, I'm going in, I'm going to get him. But if you got hair front and the four swords reversed though, that's why I said I kind of feel like that though, like the rose is reversed. Like for some of you though, I think you kind of sitting and thinking though, I did it though, because there was that sword that you had though when you were sitting in situations and you were going through everything possible. Like you kind of feel like, did they really help me? Like, would they help me though? Because the Four Swords speaks of like where it's like you're going through hard, troubled times, but you know how to navigate through it. But in the back of your mind, you kind of like, would they do it for me? Would they fucking do it for me? Like, that's why I said I kind of feel like that though. That's where the energy came from though. It was like always in the back of your mind because you kind of like, would I do them like that? Like I went all the way there. Like I took my time. Like I see one of y'all. Like I took my fucking time. I got to the fucking boat. And then I came back and I got you. You did this. Like that's the energy it is. So I'm telling you, like it's that type of energy though. You got four swords. You got eight of wands. I mean, you got four of wands reversed, eight of swords, and the seven of pentacles though. Like I said, for some of y'all though, I think this house was never a fucking home. If it was like friendships and partnerships. Seven of pentacles in a weekly reading. I was talking about revisiting, regrouping, and trying to figure out certain friends, certain connections, certain people. Like trying to see, are these people worthy enough before you actually get to the fucking 10? Yeah, and that's why I said that. I think so though. For some of y'all, this could be leaving necessarily marriages or relationships or commitment or understanding. For some of y'all, though, I feel like when I see the hair from reverse, even though I say same sex, it's not about relationship. This is when the student becomes a master. So over time, like this is where somebody feel like somebody wants shit, so they could step on you. Oh, you don't know shit. You don't do this, and so they constantly just treat you as if you're nothing. And then you take that same fucking nothing and you flip it. And I think that's where like some competition came between you and a friend. Some of y'all don't have friends. Some of y'all just got people who ideally don't feel like because you don't have what they have. So they know what I was talking about in the blog post, that dominance they have over you. So you hungry, you want to come up, this. So you good to them because you keep that tenacity and that drive in them. So it's selfish. So for some of y'all though, ideally though, when you were saying, hey, can you communicate? Hey, can you retweet this? Hey, they wouldn't. But when like they fucking wouldn't. So now you going back and saying if this was family or friends, they would like they wouldn't. You recognize like this was home. This was never my friend. This was never the fucking support that I needed. And that's what some of y'all saying. So y'all in the process of revisiting. Because over time, like some of y'all recognize, like people only fuck with you because you fuck with them. Or some of y'all know maybe in the process of getting cut off, and somebody saying the only time you fuck with me is if I fuck with you. Seven wands again. Somebody standing their ground. They protecting though. For some of y'all though, I kind of feel like they want to say somebody knew where they stand with them. For somebody, you like if you had friends, you knew ideally where you stood with them. Like you was like, I got them, but the motherfuckers don't got you. They always every breath away, all over the place. So for some of y'all though, I'm telling you, you went down here, you moved on, you had to move forward, and you had a problem though with being alone. Because for some of y'all though, it's like being alone. Some of y'all it's like being alone. Some of y'all don't know how to be alone. So it could be like necessarily though. You got the star in reverse. I tell you when I see the star, it's like inner worth, inner process, inner you. Like what is it though? That's kind of like a lost cause. Some of y'all know it's like a person that's necessarily like a fucking lost cause. I kind of feel like that though. Oh shit. Because it is like a loss, a despair. Three of Pentacles. It's kind of like a loss, a despair. That Nine of Cups. Ooh, that shit stupid as hell. Three of Pentacles going back again. Nine of Cups again. That's why I said somebody is. It's like somebody only does just enough. I think for some of y'all know, like I'm telling you, before you got to the 10, because some of y'all can't even get the 10 with people. So you may like, oh, okay, well, I used to be broke. Now I ain't broke no more. I got my own place. Da, 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 da. I'm financially stable. Da, da, da. This could even be family members, so ideally, though. So I'm not in a position that I used to be, but they don't care. So these people were like, if you make more money, they would like big and act and this. And you're like, I haven't enjoyed enough for me. For some of y'all picked up this burden because you felt like you were supposed to. And then you get in the Ten of Pentacles and then you go to the Nine and you ask for emotional support. You don't get the fucking emotional support that you need because everybody's not fair. Two of Pentacles and a Magician. I said that those like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Some of y'all though, I kind of feel like though this could be like it came about like certain health challenges. We'll say that though. Yeah, yeah, health challenges though. Could be a situation though. I said with family though, or friends or support though. As I said, somebody was like, if it was a marriage or relationship, somebody was like in sickness or poor or better for worse, like you would give to somebody ideally though, your all. It didn't have to be money, this could be ideally where you would give to them and necessarily would give nothing back in return. On the latter, some of y'all used to give to people ideally thinking that would be the support for you. So I kind of feel like it's two stories playing out. Somebody who was like necessarily contemplating of giving a support when they like seeing you thirsty and on the come up, they would be the person to where they would say, okay, well, I fuck with you, I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Until you got in that position. So it came about this embedded process. So that's why some of y'all feel like, okay, well, I'm gonna bring them, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, only to recognize that they didn't give a damn about you. When you see the judgment where they talk about you, they do certain things to fuck you over, you kind of like, this is not like my friend. For some of y'all though, I kind of feel like this person caught on to that. Took that sword, kept that sword. It was always deep buried in the back of their mind. That's why they were so easily to move the fuck on. Because they knew what type of person you were. Or what was going on though. I did it though, like intuitive wise. When y'all was like, nah, I'd rather just go on by myself. I didn't know. I don't care how bored, how afraid I am. Like it is though. For some of y'all though, it's kinda like dealing with family. Because you got King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. I said that though. Some of y'all was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Some of us like being comfortable enough. I think the Pentacles, it speaks of like knowing what to give and when to give. Ooh. You got the Emperor reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Justice in reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles. God damn, what the hell? For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like this here too with the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. Though I kind of feel like this was an abuse of power. I told y'all one of y'all was on the come up. Somebody seen y'all on the come up. So they was kind of like, oh, okay, da da da. So they kind of gave you like little droppings to keep you afloat because you were going through a hard time. And so they took advantage of it. So when the power shift and you was like, oh shit, I just got this, being very excited about certain things in your life, you didn't necessarily get the support that you needed. This could be from a father, a person, ideally, I don't know, a mother, a parent, whoever that you're going through this with though. And it was like, damn, like you seen me going through this though. Only to come out to find out that this person was the cause of the problem. And they could have helped you the whole entire time. Not necessarily saying it's their fault, but it's kind of like, nigga, you could have fucking helped me and you prolonged all the shit for some of y'all to go off and reap certain blessings before. Because some of y'all just getting just enough. Like their car, their house, their job, the kids, the this. You get what I'm saying? And you get into that seven and you kind of like you hit the Seven of Pentacles. So some of y'all this could be the six-figure status or the millionaire status or whatever. So we just reaching your first million. I don't know, but it's like ideally though where you have not need for worry, and then you get there and you like yeah, and then it's kind of like they like you know what I'm saying? Like they're expecting something though. You thought it would be more happy. Some of y'all was on the cycle of old trauma bonds, ideally though. For some of y'all, this is the family type concept of the poverty conscious type mind frame, like the struggle type relationships though. So it's kind of like I had to struggle to get this, you have to struggle to get this. So no matter if you make enough money or you do enough to support somebody, feels like you the King of Pentacles, you always gonna have what you have. I don't give a fuck. I want it too. So this is that personality that a friend or a person had. So one of y'all could be this or the latter. Though I tell you two stories. When y'all got to the door, I'm gonna keep reading, keep repeating it. When y'all got to the door, it's like I'm gonna go so and so, so and so. You need to put the key in the door. You need to act. You don't even know if that was your fucking house. You just said I'm gonna go get so and so, so and so. Bam. You went there. You got to the vault. only to get to the vault, and it's kind of like I told you, somebody was at the door. You had to be wise enough, and they barely got in to where you had simple rules, and somebody was just acting an ass, and you was kind of like, no, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. For some of y'all, though, it's like, yeah, you gotta go, you gotta go. It's like this, you got to go. But for some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like on the latter, though, one of y'all was the broken one who didn't have shit in the past, and now the tides have turned. And now you're seeing how ideally, though, some people ain't happy for you because the justice reverse also speaks of like karma, karmic, ideally though, because the king and queen of pentacles are upright. So it could be ideally though of you nurturing, supporting, and helping those and trying to heal those, and then necessarily get it back. Justice reverse also speaks of biasness, the indecisiveness. You know the shit Libras do, the indecisiveness bullshit. So for some of y'all experiences from a person to where like you would say on any given time I would run in and I would help. If you was sick, if you was this, it was this, like this. I've been here before. You just keep on going, you're making the right decision. And for some of y'all though it's like this and you feel like no, I need to go off and though. For some of y'all that's just saying you need to bag back. Just like nah, this ain't gonna work. I'm never gonna let you close to me. Even though you mean you got 4 cups, 6 of wands, 7 of cups, the queen of cups, and the sun. I said that though. One of y'all though, this 4 cups though, after this queen of pentacles though. I think the reason why like the gossipy, the competition, the ten of swords type thing, somebody that necessarily wasn't supportive, because I feel like they wanted this for themselves. So if you were destined for greatness, ideally though, it's like somebody that came in and was like, no, because they feel like your success was their success, so they could ride the coattails. You see the people that's surrounded though, but they hold on ones. Some of y'all be around family and friends and people. Ideally though, you get rich, they want to get on the fucking horse. No, my name the one that's on signatures. My name the one that's getting a kick. Stand on the side. Either support me or get the fuck out the way. Like some of y'all don't say that though, because you got 7 of cups. Because some of y'all may have viewed it that way because you had 7 of cups, which is all about illusions. When I told you 7 of cups is that, oh, I want this. I'm gonna go to the genie. I'm gonna do this. Which one do I want? Is this shut up? Some of y'all was in that 7 of cups. Some of y'all was in the 7 of cups type energy. And this is how you viewed them. You thought they were actually emotionally supporting you, but every cup has a fucking bill in that bitch. Whether it's a person, whether it's something hitting, whether it was a snake, whether it was power type moments, whether it was money, whether it was food, whether it was healing, whether it was sex. Like that's what y'all recognize. Like every person, because you had the Queen of Cups and the Sun. So some of y'all was like, shit, I'm emotionally drained. They're needy or I don't feel supportive. I don't know how to love myself. I'm trying to keep it pushing. I feel somewhat fucking depressed. But I gotta keep on shining. Like this the inner child is telling you, you're gonna make it through. You're gonna make it through. And some of y'all just like, I need a nap. You know how like inner little kids when they tire themselves out, they say, oh, I just need a nap. Like that's some of y'all like I just need a fucking nap. Because you got 8 of cups, the Empress, and the 2 of wands. Though I said some of y'all is kind of like y'all trying to leave a situation. Though I tell you 8 of cups, it's like wow, the cups stack and fall. Some of y'all see the path of the new beginning because you didn't necessarily place everything down. You went back, you went revision to where you was enough. Like this was some of y'all went wrong. Like you had that doubt when you made the decision to say, okay, I'm finna go back. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friend, whether it's a person. This is where you went wrong because you said, I got my cups. I know how to lead the way. Like here on 9, I'm finna go in that one, I'm finna get 9. I know where it said this was some of y'all did. Y'all was on that hermit road where you hear me say hermit is that stagnancy, complacency. The 8 of cups is a new beginning. Some of y'all went around in the beginning to enjoy your blessings, your newness, your understanding, whether it's a relationship, whether it was a commitment, ever. Because you were so tired. You was like, I'm just gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna believe. And you got here, you had that down intuitiveness. You had it when you made the decision. 6 of Pentacles and a Page of Pentacles. before you decide, okay, I'm gonna give them. Nigga! You got Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, you got Page of Pentacles, though I said that though. Page of Pentacles, you hear me say that's somebody that's ideally that don't want to stick around. It could be a younger sibling or a person, emotionally mature. The Page of Pentacles, ideally though, is kind of like when it comes to jobs, it'll keep them. That like what I was saying in a monthly reading where some of y'all didn't know, like, oh, I'm gonna give you like 10 bands, 20 bands, 30 bands, and this person ideally you didn't follow up on it. Because who the fuck gives somebody that much money? Like dead ass. Like who gives somebody that much money? And don't be like, shit, I'm gonna go check on my money. And then go through a loss. And every time I see that I try. Oh, come on now. Because you got High Priestess. I said the Hangman, the Capricorn energy, and the Page of Swords. I said that though one of y'all was on a smooth, clean breakup. Some of y'all were from somebody. Ideally though, and you was like, oh, okay. And you went back. And this motherfucker said, and I said, this is the trauma bonding, repetitiveness. It's a Capricorn type energy though. That shadowy, dark, necessarily though. For some of y'all though, I feel like this could be even if you're dealing with somebody that necessarily where you talking up your hand, somebody who suffers from mental illnesses though, you kinda like go get help and they won't get help. You throw your hands to the wayside, you say, fuck them. I'm done. I'm done. Like that type of energy. I'm done. Y'all, it could be somebody with substance abuse type problems, or you just like, I'm done. For some of y'all, this could be sexual type matters. Ideally, though, you into a relationship where you see women or men, and they just start giving away all that money. You're like, where the fuck that went? And it's kind of like this. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like it's this trauma bond and this tether. What we talked about in the beginning with the beginning in the Five of Cups, where I was talking about some of y'all was looking for you and them, but it was just that you seen you in where they was because you didn't honor that on your path. You was just like, oh yeah, I'm getting money, I'm doing this, I'm changing. So you see this person going through this, and you kind of like, I know what it feels like. So you was sympathetic. You wasn't empathetic. That's the martyr bullshit. You were sympathetic because a martyr sit up there and know they don't need to give and keep giving and keep giving and keep giving and keep giving because you understand. You understand because the world is like a higher perception. You're able to look, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm locked in, see this. But for some of y'all, though, it was sympathy, though. Whether it was a cousin, friend, family member, ideally, though. It's kind of like, okay, whoever it is in your life. And you're like, okay. You know ones. The fool. But the thing about it, though, that's why I said, what's the ladder, though? Because for some of y'all, y'all didn't. Wait. You got Three of Cups, though. I said, I want to know what's the ladder, though. For some of y'all, though, the Three of Cups is like friends who necessarily need to be let go of people. In the Swords reverse, I said that though. You got Temperance, Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. I tell you though, there's somebody who I deal with. If you're having a bad day, it's like, oh, my sister makes me mad, da da da, and they go off and they take this shit and they give it back to the other person. And this is shit that a person was doing around you though. You recognize when you carried your ass into a business setting or you connected with certain people. Ideally, though, you make friendships or you in the workplace. You're growing up. For some of y'all, it's like this. You lose your cool, and somebody says, oh yeah, I'm gonna say this, and they take that shit right back. Woo! I say, watch the company you keep. Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords have a like. I told you though, this was you going to the hermit type mode. It was this person that came along and it was just so bitter. There was this, and they said whatever the fuck they wanted to say, and then this person took it back to the Temperance, and you lost your cool. For some of y'all, I kind of feel like y'all learning about how somebody ideally did y'all wrong. That's what I kind of feel like though. Ideally, though, some of y'all it is though. Some of y'all learning about how people did you wrong. But some of y'all know y'all left a relationship and knew that shit wasn't gonna work, but you went back because you was like, oh, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Whether you were trying to accomplish this, only to find out that this person wasn't happy. They was just like, okay, well, like say for instance, they just wanted the lifestyle, so they don't know necessarily how to be the girlfriend, the boyfriend. that true pair bullshit. Because some of y'all it's not true pair because it's karmic. Because you got the Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Justice reverse, the Hangman reverse. So some of y'all it's kind of like learning how to weed out who's necessarily there for you. That's why I say I want to know what's the ladder. For some of y'all, I kind of say I said I want to know what's the ladder because like if the situation goes unchecked, where you see with emotional resentment, you'll block more blessings coming in. Let's support good people, good love, good finance, all those different types of things. You can keep reaping finances, but you always have stress. So I'm like, where is that though? Where? I said, I want to know how is it affecting you. We'll pull just a couple more, and then we'll go to the other ones, and then we'll wrap this bullshit up. And I see y'all way. That was like this. This is gonna be 13. I just want to see how is it affecting. I did it though, cause some of y'all get so stuck in this part, and then get blocked, and then y'all shut down. And then they be like, why you acting like that? It'll make you shut down. So when you say, I don't trust nobody. Mm-hmm. Never been down too close to me. And then if you block and shut down, this person will say, I'm sorry. And y'all done been through that though, and they'll come right back in your life. That's why I said, how is this affecting y'all? Hey, the coins. Hey, the coins, you sitting down, you studying. Father, sons, hey, the swords. I said that I'm studying. I'm rich though. Hey, Knight of Swords. Said that I'm having affecting y'all. Some coins. On the coins and the Freeman. We're gonna see that we have this shit. 6. I'm way too good at goodbye. I'm way too good at goodbyes. I'm way too good at goodbyes. Oh, overall mood, we got the Father of Coins. That's the King of Pentacles reverse. I told y'all that is in the space of King of Pentacles. I told you that's kind of like that's not King of Pentacles reverse. Give me somebody that's not stable, even if it's a financial type matters or overall himself. Ideally, though, that's somebody that could be um King of Pentacles could be just necessarily bad with money. Or it could just be bad with the environmental type factor. So it's kind of like they don't want to stick, they don't want to stay, they don't want to build. It's their way or the highway. So the King of Pentacles could be more like the opposite, the lower vibrational earth signs. So it's kind of like my way, the highway, shut the fuck up. But their way can necessarily be ruining other shit for other people. So that's why I said I was like, I didn't want this to happen. I didn't know. Because on the bottom of the deck, you got 2 of swords, the garden, and the gullah jack. Some of y'all though, it's like you hear me say, I told you about this card. Listen with your eyes and watch with your ears. That means shut the fuck up and stop talking. For some of y'all though, I think you had to like come to this conclusion to be able to understand. For some of y'all, it's like you would in that I'm gonna cut off my nose to spite my face. For some of y'all though, I feel like it was for some of y'all though, y'all didn't see. Ideally though, like that's where it took for you to get to the path that you was on, whether it was becoming the person who you need to be or stepping into a set newness for you to understand, like, damn. So the only way for some of y'all could communicate, ideally, was to see. Like you had to see, and some of y'all didn't trust your other senses. The high priestess though, your intuition. So some of y'all didn't. Because you got the guard and Gullah Jack though. Because the Gullah Jack ideally speaks of minding your own business or change or necessarily thinking about before you do certain things, ideally though. And the garden though. Because the garden is minding your own. It pops up to show you this is a judgment card to necessarily mind your own business. I told you the judgment was reversed, it was gossip. So it's kind of like somebody put somebody in a situation to hang out, to dry. You be out, think for your fucking self. It was kind of like that though. So I said, one of y'all know y'all coming to the so how is it affecting you? Because overall, you got Father Sims, Son of Coins, and the John Freeman, and the Six of Swords. The Six of Wands. Six of Swords is kind of like competitiveness. This is where like the competition beats you. Frenemies. This is the people that necessarily smile in your face. But some of y'all didn't know. Some of y'all didn't even know that y'all were around people like this. Though. Some of y'all was like, oh, this is this. Some of y'all didn't even know. Some of y'all was like, how the fuck I'm in competition with my cousin or my friend or my brother or my sister or my lover or this person or that. Like, why? Like, this was you. Like, I don't even see them as fucking competition though. And some of y'all was like, that ass in competition with their ass. Because the Son of Coins necessarily, he could be somebody like reverse, like, equally as well, like father, like son. And I would say, I read them though, it's like, I told you, like, this is the guilt of having money. So it's the guilt of having money. So it's kind of like that, though. So the John Freeman, though, it's kind of like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like that type of energy, though. It's like the guilt of having money. So you will feel bad that you got money, and then at the end of the same time, you'll give you good decisions making, but they necessarily won't. Some of y'all didn't even see it shit coming. Because you got Son of Knives, though, which is the page of knives. I told you that that's the communication, understanding. But you got Father of Sticks. So Father Sticks. Oh, shit. Father Sticks of Verse and a Five of Coins. Father Sticks and Five of Coins. And you got the Mother of Sticks, though. That's why I said this was like a dynamic with some of y'all. Anybody. If you hear me say, like, it was a communication type matter. Some of y'all didn't even know that y'all were in competition with people, though. It's weird. Because the Father of Sticks, I tell you, that's the King of Wands. Be abusive, the motherfucker stoic. It's the Five of Pentacles though. For some of y'all don't feel like that though. It's like financial type matters. For some of y'all though, it's kind of like if it's like a contractual type situation or money business investment situations. I told y'all that we all was like, oh, I'm learning about this. This person went back ideally and tried to fuck you royally. And for some of y'all, they did though. For a gain. And then you got the Father of Sims. That's the Sagittarius reading, though. I've been telling y'all that. I told y'all, read that motherfucker. I said just for the action base. Like, if study the sign, ideally, though, because that's like the healer of the zodiac and all those different types of things. I said that, though. I was like, somebody was like, hey, you should invest, you should invest, you should invest. It was like, ideally, though, somebody was like, here you go, you should do this. And the person that was telling them was like, the majority off of it, though. So I was like, oh, read them. Last but least, you got this negative Nancy Nuance, daughter, king of what's this is Knight of Swords. This is Knight of Swords. Though I tell you, that's a person that's like hyperly negative, fixated, acidic, penditic, so they can kill off things certain freely though. And you got the John Horchman, which is Aries, and we got Sag, Aries, and Scorpio. So you hear me say that is the council, the ancestors, and then you got the fourth, fifth. And I told you that goes back to not working together. Because the daughter of nines can be very acidic, though, to the point of whatever the case may be, because the John Horseman speaks of, like, the council, who's leading the pack, ideally, though. I told you the Scorpionic energy pops up. It's kind of like, what is it that you're hearing, ideally, though, from the other side, though? What is it that you see? Like, you see the baby laying in the crib, and it has, like, that skeletal type face. It's the unknown, where you hear me say, like, the eyes. A lot of y'all need to start, like, y'all take shit at face value that when your hairs on your body flare up or the senses to where you supposed to turn around, a lot of y'all don't. Y'all just be like, oh, okay. And that's what lands y'all in situations where you kind of like, these ain't my friends. Or people necessarily say shit to rub me the wrong way. Oh, I told you that that energy is weird as hell. Too close to me. That's what it is. And some of y'all know it's kind of like people play out of their minds. Okay, the bottom last, I said that though, is sarcastic, condescending, rude, impatient, domineering, negative, insensitive, and banditic. All words of just acidic. That's why I said that though, will suck the life out of something. It's just like, God damn, your ass is negative. Or whatever the person may be, and that's somebody who's ideally though, like negative as fuck. So I will say that though. Knight of Swords. I know the swords looks like Aries. No, that's not. That's Aqua, Libra, Gemini, and then but you had like the John husband. So I think sometimes it can be hyperly negative or hyperly positive though. For some of y'all though, y'all have no gauge. That's why when the Temperance come out, y'all have no gauge. So it's like the medium. So some of y'all don't know what's in the middle. You may think that I'm stupid. You're never gonna. Know what I said. Some of y'all don't. I'm sorry. Ooh. Ooh. Four sticks is family dysfunction. Unconstructive criticism, council plans, instability, division in a community, and feeling unwelcome. Conflict and minor delays. That's why I said that though. I told y'all that though. It did though. That's why like it caused like the whole. That's what caused like a separation though. I'm telling y'all, some of y'all was with friends or people I did though. Some of y'all gonna try to play the victim and say that you, and some of y'all was fucking like that though. That's what the spread is showing the person though to have that courage. For some of y'all to listen to some of y'all was these type of people when people were trying to step into something or awareness though. So it's kinda like y'all were trying to be the role because it was competitiveness. Like that's the part where you hear me say if people I'm gonna put the blog link in there though. For the shadow, what I noticed with a lot of people the past couple of weeks, a lot of people shadow had people ideally just sitting around here doing so much shit. I was like, they don't act like that. That's their shadow. And then they would turn around and smooth that shit over with apology when I was seeing other people go through certain shit with each others and they'll be back on the same shit. I'm like, they don't even know that though. I was like, so yeah, that shit the shadow do. Anywho, let's go. All right. Let's see what else can we need one card and we can see what message you ideally need to help you on by your way through this situation. So you just won't necessarily get stuck, feel like everybody is just against you. I will say that though. Cause I don't want some of y'all to get stuck. Because I feel like that was like dope as fuck for somebody to get all the way on the path. I feel like you coming back, oh my god, I got the job, I got the job. Like you're just so happy and somebody's like, my rent due. I need this. I need this. But you've been broke. And you're like, I got my first. I got my first. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I need this. I need this. I need this. I need. You like, okay. And then you told the friend, ideally, or the person that was in a higher up position, ideally, though, just like running high. You was like, oh, look, 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 look. And you like, And then you go sit down and you go have a talk with somebody else. No, you know it was this person that did that. You like, because you wonder why, like, they always had the, mm, mm. He was like, "Oh, I just got engaged," and I was like, "Okay, you sure?" Oh man, cheat like that type of shit. It's like, damn, but he hasn't cheated on me. Like that's what some of y'all was saying. Like, yeah, I mean, he wouldn't do that. Yes, he would. The end of a tough cycle approaches. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is a reminder that this is a card that's reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card come up. If you are wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is a forecast. This card is also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you are prepared to pull out all stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With the love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is trouble, prioritize it. Relinquish control and trust the universe. A professional project may be ending now. Admit if you have been overly hard headed or hard nosed. Did I say that? Um, I found a balance between your personal and your private lives. It's time to stop fearing the worst. The full moon in Capricorn has a very strong work ethic, and it will more likely come up when you are asking a professional question. If your question is about another matter, it will serve as much needed reminder to move through any feelings of hopelessness you may have been feeling about your situation. And this is applies no matter when you draw this card. Making a plan is far better use of your time. I like it though. Come on now, neighbor. When the cars come on, I told y'all I got some moto. They're supposed to be on the way. It's about it's like some, you know how people get stuck in cycles, trauma, and all those different types. So I seen that dick. I was like, oh, I gotta get this though. I gotta get this though. I was like, I gotta get this. I gotta get this. I gotta get this. I gotta get. Oh, wait a minute. Let's say new moon in the clips. Wait a minute, y'all. New moon eclipse 94. Whew, girl, y'all just getting all these out of me today, baby. Mm. If you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome of a situation you're asking about, then this is it. This card is the beginning. This is a card of the beginning, and there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared, it could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any new directions you take will almost lead you somewhere better than you were at the moment. Whatever's happening now is happening for a reason, and you'll appreciate it later on. Didn't I say that? A new portal is opening. Didn't I say we on a divinely pause? All right. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is just have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You're being put back on the right path. There's nothing to fear, okay? Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Yes, 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 and 1,000 times yes. You are being shunted towards your life purpose. Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good. This is an important turning point in your life. This card heralds complete change of pace. It's as though you're headed in one direction, probably being guided by your ego, and then here comes divine, the guidance or spirits to turn you instead to face the direction you actually need to go. Regardless of whether or not there's a new moon eclipse happening, when you pull this card, it's a powerful affirmation of a positive turnaround. And I say that though, for some of y'all though, y'all was just focused on they didn't support me, they didn't support me, but I'm like, hey, you can provide for yourself now. Oh, my family's they're gonna get mad at me, da 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 da. But you can go make new family. Just DNA, babe. Just DNA. Mm. Last card, and I'm getting on. Ugh, I ain't gonna read all this. Have you been so head in the clouds that you have lost touch with reality? This is full moon in Pisces. This is shit that you need to release. Take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make concerted efforts to move forward towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It is time to find inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your questions, and the solutions to your issue may come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation, it's because you've been acting like the martyr. For everyone's sake, please try to be that. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. You are in a super romantic but not a super realistic state. Did I say that though? For one of y'all that went back to a relationship only your man, follow your intuition. It won't let you down. At the worst, this card can herald in the dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate and avoid substance abuse. Psychic abilities is heightened now with the full moons in Pisces and soulmates now connect. It is a time to send your dreams out into the universe and release your fears. Bam, that is it. 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 So I didn't know you guys. I gave you what you need, not what you want. So if you don't like what you got, what you need, take it up with your God. Take it up with your counsel. Don't take it up with me. So I didn't know that I wish y'all the best. I wish you success. We're gonna upload this though, because I have been called to this to post it on here though. And we gonna say, what about your friends when it turn you around? What about your friends? So ideally though, some of y'all got some horrible ass fucking friends. Let me tell you that, baby. I learned that quick. I'm gonna wish it on my worst enemy. But y'all navigate through that door and don't let the earth keep you. Some of y'all got some trashy ass ex lovers. Some of y'all meeting people that was bought to you that you did to other people. But that's all. Alright, so on the note. I wish y'all the best. And remember, I love you. You look so beautiful. When I grow up, I'm going to have sex with you. Google that video for me, please. What about your friend?